let's go ahead and talk about success. Start to finish, let's do this. Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Ligo here again. And in this video, I want to talk to you about the progression of success. That's right, we're talking about the progression of success. In business and in life, everyone wants to be successful, right? It kind of goes without saying. You want to be successful no matter what the endeavor is that you're embarking upon, okay? Any journey, any particular endeavor, you want to be successful. I think we can all agree. No one plans to be a complete and utter flop, right? You don't want to be a failure, you want to succeed. But it's important to know that success is not something that happens overnight. I know you know that, you certainly do if you've been listening to me for any amount of time. With that said though, what does success actually look like? I'm going to go ahead and break down for you a very simple 3-step progression that really kind of embodies what real success actually looks like. And I trust that it's helpful to you. Let's get started. Number 1, preparation. Preparation. You can obviously also call this planning because they really do go hand in hand, right? Planning and preparation are essentially the same thing, but you've heard it said before, right? If you fail to plan, then you have planned to fail, right? And if you don't prepare yourself to receive success and be a success, then you probably won't. So I would really strongly encourage you to spend a great deal amount of time preparing and planning with the things that you're going to do that you feel that is necessary to help you get to success, okay? You don't succeed on accident, right? Success is happened through, especially long-term success, right? Success is achieved over the long-term play. And so in order to do that, go ahead and plan out your steps. Go ahead and prepare for it, okay? Prepare yourself mentally, prepare yourself physically if that's what's necessary. Sometimes for some people, it helps them to be in shape. Or how many times have I heard from different people and different business magnates that when they're, when they're in better shape, when they work out in the morning, then they have better mental clarity, right? And it helps them become that much more productive when they're in the office. So things like these, all right? But you want to go ahead and plan your steps out. You want to prepare to succeed. Basically you don't start selling instantly, right? I mean, you could think you could do that, and that probably does make sense if you want to go ahead and try that. But the reality is most people need to get a few things set up before they can hit the ground running. And that's how they do that. That's how you hit the ground running, is by getting some things set up, by getting your ducks in a row. And that's what preparing and planning is all about. So before you launch your business, before you start pounding the pavement, go ahead and prepare. Spend a little time planning and spend a little bit of time in preparation, and I promise you, this is going to help you out. Number 2, performance. Okay, performance. In other words, now it's time to go ahead and perform on the things that you have planned, right? Now that you've prepared, now that you've trained, now that you have done whatever, set up your infrastructure, whatever you want to call it, now it's time to go ahead and perform. And under performance, one thing that is really important to note is that not only do you perform, but performance in and of itself kind of demands a performance evaluation. It demands a performance check. So when I say performance, I'm not just talking about doing the steps that you think are necessary for you to go ahead and succeed. In other words, trying to sell your product or your service, but also taking the time and being careful enough and honest enough with yourself to see how things are actually unfolding, see how things are going. This is where things like analytics come into play. This is where things like making sure that you're taking the right steps and looking at how the response rate was and how your conversion rates were. Basically, you want to make sure that you're performing well, and you want to continue to refine that process, okay? But you can't perform without doing performance checks. So make sure that you're doing that. Go out there and perform to the highest level. And really taking inventory of how you're doing and being honest with yourself is a great way to do just that. Number 3, and finally, perfection, okay? Perfection. I talked about in the last point of performance and doing performance checks and refining that process, and that really is what perfection is all about, because the reality is no one is perfect, nor will you ever be perfect, right? You want to go ahead and strive for perfection, but in my opinion, perfection is more of a journey rather than a destination, okay? So you might see yourself getting better over time, and you want to, but you want to continue to always do better, right? Some of the more successful people that I know of in any industry, especially in the internet marketing business industry, they're always split testing. Right? They're always trying to win one campaign over another, or they're trying to determine which thing performs better. And whenever something is the winner, they always want to continue to beat it. It's just the way it is. It could come down to the minute details details of how a theme or a letter or a font or a certain type of image appears on the website that says this performs better than this. And they're always looking after those things. Now, I'm not telling you to be too anal about it, all right? I'll let you decide on how specific and how overboard you want to be with it. But just know that if you want to go ahead and succeed in business, well, success is an ongoing process, right? And so with that progression, just knowing that perfection and trying to perfect your craft and get better over time and continuously doing so, that's really is part of the success game. So just remember, perfection is key. All right, there you have it, my friends. Listen, super quick and easy, right? But this is something that's really important, and I trust that you've given me a good hearing and will adapt these things to whatever it is that you're doing out there. Just know that when you prepare and that when you perform to the highest level and you continue to strive for perfection and get better at your craft, you can't help but be successful, all right? And I would like to see everyone succeed in whatever it is that they're doing. Now give me a like, a comment, but most important, you know what to do. You got to subscribe, okay? And also hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. Also, if you hadn't had a chance yet, if you want to go ahead and get your hands on the best step-by-step beginner's course on how to start and launch your wildly profitable online business practically overnight, even if you have no experience, then go ahead and click on the link below in the description, or you can just go to digitalfreedomjumpstart.com, digitalfreedomjumpstart.com, and literally watch over my shoulder as I show you how I start brand new, start picking products to sell, evaluating the ones that do well, and pretty much show you how to do it on a shoestring budget. All right, so again, if you want to go ahead and see how that's done, go to digitalfreedomjumpstart.com. Otherwise, I'm out of here. I'll see you later, my friends. Take care.